fastest racing stream.
This is VRN, your trusted leader in e-motorsports.
No braking, Warren. You just hang on with my exhaust.
All right, welcome back, Vigilante Nation, for round 6 of the VRL Premiere Series. This is VRN coming to you live from virtual Darlington, South Carolina for the Widowmaker 200. Tonight, VRL leaves the smooth, predictable flow of Las Vegas behind and drops the VRL Premiere Series into one of NASCAR's most iconic battlefields, Darlington Raceway. A place where the wall is always close, the tires are always dying, and the track itself decides who survives the night. Darlington isn't a racetrack, it's a test of discipline, patience, and controlled aggression. A place where the fastest line is inches from the wall, where the surface eats tires, where the driver fights the car, the track, and the temptation to push too hard too early. Darlington does reward bravery, it rewards respect. My name is Alan Vaught, and I'm joined tonight in the booth by Ricky Wittenberg, and together we're bringing you all the racing action. As always, a huge thank you out to my beautiful and talented wife, Lori, for managing tonight's race from the tower and keeping the entire operation running smoothly. And with that, folks, we're going to get you into the session details for tonight's race. All right, so it's going to be 147 laps here tonight. That's 200 virtual miles. The drivers only have 65% in the fuel tank and only 2 additional sets of tires. I just talked about tires dying. They only have 2 additional sets across the wall, so that's 3 total for the entirety of the race, including what they start with. There are no fast repairs in this series, and we have the instant limit of 25 and 6. As always, cautions, lucky dogs, and wave rounds are controlled by iRacing. Let's talk a little bit about the championship here. Now, I don't think this is actually the updated championship numbers here, so let me take a quick peek. It is not. Yeah, I don't think this is right. So we'll pull this up, another screen up for you, make sure we give you the correct picture here. Session. No, actually, this is correct. What I have on my screen is not correct. So right now, your championship leader is Albert Anderson with 138 points. In second place, Tim Pope with 129. Third, Chris Goins with 125. Fourth, Dylan Bryant with 100. And fifth place, Jacob Alicia with 97 points. Now, this is pretty close, and we're more than halfway through the season. This is round. Actually, I'm thinking about the Friday night. This is not halfway. We're going into round 6 of 18. So still very tight here at the top of the leaderboard as we enter this race before we hit this stretch of a couple of short tracks, and then we get into the intermediate and then back to some of the super speedways. So pretty tight battle so far. We'll see where it goes as we move along here. Talk about tonight's temperatures as these guys are wrapping up their practice session here. Weather's pretty mild tonight. 76 degrees is the air temp. You got a track temp of 85, 60% humidity, only a slight wind, 5 miles per hour out of the southeast, and we're under partly cloudy skies. So weather shouldn't be much of a factor here. I think that the going to have pretty good grip out there for the beginning of the run at least, and then once the track takes over, we'll start to see that fall off. For onboard cameras tonight, we have the 01 of Kelly Keel, the 023 of Scott Roney, the 085 of Greg Dobson, and then we have 16 of Kyle Vaught, the 29 Mayberry, the 75 of Stoney Benfield, the 81 of Jonathan Osborne, and it's your 7 onboard cameras that we're going to see here tonight. As far as penalties going into this race, we have the 123 John Gallagher, the 01 of Kelly Kill, and the 47 of John McAdam. Those 3 trucks are going to be starting from the rear of the grid, so we'll see if they're able to make their way forward. And with that, what do you have for us, Ricky? How are you feeling about this race tonight?
Oh, well, when you said there's only 2 extra sets of tires, that got me kind of excited because I love strategy. I like guys that try to take care of their stuff. And if we have some well-timed or not so well-timed cautions, that's going to make people think on when they need to put the tires on, so that's going to be fun. Seeing guys trying to save tires.
Yeah, no, I agree with you there. If I'm thinking this correctly, they're going to have to skip 1 stint on tires. In other words, they're going to have to double stint up here these tires. But I don't know if that's going to work out great for a lot of them. It's hard to stay out of the wall on fresh tires.
Yeah. Darlington's just a tough track all around. It doesn't look maybe that intimidating until you're driving it, and then both corners are different. It's real easy to get in the wall. That's why they call it the Darlington Stripe. This is the one track on the whole service for this kind of a series where you don't race the other guys, you race yourself more than anybody, and you race the track. You just try to survive.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, this is a 1.366 mile circuit, and it's kind of egg shaped. I don't know if people realize that. Let me pop up the track map here so you can kind of see it. It's a decreasing radius into, well, wider radius into 1 and 2, a decreasing radius into 3 and 4. So vastly different ends of the track as you see practice wrapping up here. They're going to go into qualifying, but the banking in turns 1 and 2 is 25 degrees, and then in 3 and 4 is 23 degrees. So they had pretty good banking, but it looks very wide. It looks like there's a lot of grooves, but there's really only about 1.5 groove, I would say, at this track in me racing here. Now, we saw some incredible racing this past weekend from in real life NASCAR where these guys were 3 wide. I couldn't believe they made it through in some of those instances where they were 3 wide in the corner.
Yeah, I mean, the Cup guys have got the talent to be able to do that, but it's hard to even go 2 wide here for most people. I would not suggest racing 2 wide too hard here.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see if we can get on one of these guys here that are out there qualifying. You see the 51 machine out there. We should get a look at actually some of these paint schemes while they're doing this, because this is throwback. I know that NASCAR did not go with throwback weekend, but we still do that here in VRL. As we're looking at the 51 machine, he is running a Man of Steel, so this is not throwback for him, but we're going to see some throwback schemes. It does look like a special paint scheme, though. I haven't seen this one yet, I don't think.
That is a new paint scheme that just rolled off today from my new app that I made. So he's running it for me.
And he's going to see if it... Oh, in the wall a little bit. That's going to hurt his time. Running on through the field here, we got Stoney Benfield in this Cook's machine, this Toyota. Got on board with him, racing out of Albemarle, North Carolina. Jonathan Osborne in his normal Daystar. We haven't hit any of the throwbacks yet. U.S. Air Force here by Sean McDonald. That's more contemporary. There we go. It's like a Miller High Life, the Alabama Light machine now by Aaron Warren. I do like that. Looks really good. Really close to the picture that he submitted too. Now, Tim runs this constantly, but this is technically, in my mind, a throwback scheme. I don't know about you, Ricky, but it reminds me of Davey Allison. I don't think, was it Davey that ran this exact scheme? I don't remember.
Yeah, it was close. The whole concept behind his scheme there is kind of a homage tribute to Davey Allison.
Gordon Spain at his number 38 Raps machine. Got Ronnie in the Fireball machine, so still looking. Here we go. That's a Waltrip, not Daryl, but his brother Michael, like paint scheme as it kind of goes away. Let me back it up, see if I can get a shot of that from Albert Anderson. I like that. Looks good. It's got the DEI stripes on the side there on there. So is it actually a Steve Park?
Yeah, that's a Steve Park. Michael did drive the Pennzoil, but he drove a different version of it.
And here's McConey's setup shot, but this is done it like in a Greg Biffle style. I don't remember what the sponsor was when Greg Biffle did this, but I'm sure this is in honor of him. It's got the stylized font there on the 13.
The 3M paint scheme.
3M. Okay, thank you for that. It's like a Rebestus. Is this a throwback? I don't think
yeah,
so.
Hut Strickland.
Is it?
Hut Strickland.
Oh, it is.
Rebestus, late 80s when he drove for early 90s when he drove Bobby Allison's car.
Like that. Like Milwaukee. I don't think this isn't a throwback, is it? No. I do like the paint scheme though. Kevin Hunt, that's not. It is a good looking. I like this. It's more contemporary paint scheme, but it kind of has an old feel to it when you look at it. To me, at least.
Yeah, that does have like a throwback look, even though it's a newer sponsor.
Yeah. Kyle Vault running that Wrangler machine. It's definitely a throwback to the jeans machine from Dale Earnhardt Sr. In my mind, at least. Chris Gomes is in High Tide Hospitality. I don't know. Do you recognize this scheme? Because this is not his normal.
Yes. That is Jeff Gordon's Baby Ruth scheme, if I'm not.
Oh, that's
mistaken.
right. Right, when he made his first start back in the day, I think, right?
No, he drove a Busch car for Bill Davis. He was with Ford, and Ford lost Gordon to Chevrolet. Bill Davis was going to put Gordon in the Cup Series in one of his cars with Ford, and it all fell apart at the last minute.
Well, Ford's loss was Chevy's gain for sure there. We see him heading on down pit lane here. I don't see too many other people out there at the moment. They're starting to wrap up qualifying here. They only got a few seconds remaining, and we're going to get underway actually for the first time. I don't know, man. We got a tough stretch here. Darlington tonight. Not an easy track, but historically for this league has not been a wreck fest. I mean, I don't want to jinx it, and Lori's probably going to say something right now, but it's a tough track. We have this tonight, and then we go into two straight really challenging tracks that could, be kind of a bit wrecky between Martinsville and Bristol. I mean, NASCAR really had it in for these guys when they wrote this schedule. They start the season off with basically 2 super speedways and then into a road course, and then they have this middle stretch here where they have back-to-back short track weekends. Well, not the weekends, but the back-to-back races. They have a break in the middle there, I think, for Easter.
Yeah, the schedule is rough. Now, one reason we've always done fairly well here at Darlington, this track is pretty forgiving on throwing cautions if people spin to the inside. So I would expect to see several people wrecking tonight, spinning to the infield that will not bring out a caution, because that's just traditionally the way it works in iRacing.
There's a good looking throwback scheme at number 31 Exide ride. I do like that. It looks really good. Jacob Alicia here.
Yeah, throwing back to Jeff Burton in the early 2000s.
Yeah, I think he was running a 99 for
Roush.
For Roush. Yeah, for Roush back then. So let's go through. Go ahead and hit starting lineup here. Get our grid up on the screen and get to the right spot here. So top of the board, Don McDonald bringing it home there in that 23 machine on the pole. Jacob Alicia second, Tim Pope third, Jonathan Osborne fourth, Mike Adelson fifth, Stoney Benfield sixth, Dave Mayberry in seventh, Andrew Cawthon eighth, George Rancon ninth, and Dylan Bryant in 10th.
In 11th, you have Andrew Player, 12th, Trevor Robertson, 13th, Craig Goodenough, 14th, Scott Roney, 15th, Austin Paul, 16th, Jack Dixon, 17th, Chris Goins, 18th, Gordon Spain, John Shanebachler in 19th, and 20th, Kyle Vaught.
21st, Aaron Warren, Mike Everidge in 22nd, Albert Anderson 23rd, Chandler Paul 24th, Scott Miller 25th, 26th, Jesse Redding, 27th, Kevin Hunt, Greg Dobson 28th, 29th, Dion Jones, 30th, John McAdam, 31st, Kelly Kill, Michael Brooks, 32nd, 33rd, Tom Barish, 34th, Russ Kilgore, 35th, John Gallagher, and 36th, Dustin Wade, although I don't see him on the track at the moment, so don't know if he's having some trouble or not. But that's your starting grid, folks, as we're going to have one pace lap before we get underway. Yeah, I see him grayed out there, Ricky, so I don't know if he's having an issue or not. But, hey, 35 trucks here tonight, maybe 36. That's going to be a battle.
Yeah, that's a lot of trucks out here for a track like Darlington. Even though it's a big track, long track, that's still a lot of trucks out here on a hard track like this.
You see this pace truck duck down onto the apron here to head down pit lane. You see the yellow line, that's your indicator for the entrance to pit lane. We're coming through 4 now. First start, this initial start of the race is going to be on the flagman.
Green flag, green flag.
And we are underway, folks. So far, Sean McDonald, a pretty clean getaway, although Alicia's hanging tough there on the outside. That Exide number 31. Looks like he might have the advantage, actually. And he does. He takes the lead over from the 23 here in the first turn. It was very close. I do see indication that Austin Paul may have spun around back there. No caution yet. and get away by the 31. Sean McDonald falls into second there. He's going to have to stay in the tracks of that 31 until he has an opportunity to get up there and pass him. Alicia's been very strong this season.
Okay.
Greg Dobson indicated he crashed as well. Let's go back and take a look at both of these guys. Take a look at Austin Paul real quick. Austin Paul's right there in the 3 truck. Gets loose. Down on aprons is just no damage. Come on, no damage. Let's see. Good, man, what a great job locking it down, not getting into the inside retaining wall there. Kind of blinking a bit there. Let's take a look at see what happened to Greg Dobson. Probably something similar. Greg's on the outside in that Milwaukee 085 machine. Yep. Gets loose off the corner. Oh, not so lucky with the inside wall, though. Up front, you just how we left it. Jacob Alicia in first place. John McDonald second. Mike Adamson is in third. Mike Adamson is always very good here. You see the 7 to 10 poke come off the wall back there. Got a pretty good piece of that wall. Now caution's out. That's going to be for John McAdam. And that 47 right there. He's also in the Wrangler jeans looking machine here. Closer look. Like he gets a little piece of the wall. He's high. And it slows him down just enough where the 4 catches the corner of him and he gets a little piece of the inside wall too. He's not going to be out of it, but he's got some damage.
John or Aaron, I'm sorry if I got into you. I was trying to check
5 laps in.
Check up enough.
First caution.
Coming out back up on the track.
Anything happening in the chat, Ricky? I'm going to take a check on that yet. I don't think much.
Yeah, Albert Anderson telling Albert Anderson, Papa Anderson says he likes Albert's paint scheme tonight. Like Tim McAdam out there, and Osvaldo is out there pulling for Kyle Vaught.
Take a check here. I do have another onboard that came in late. That's Dustin Wade. We actually end up with 8 total onboard cameras. We'll get a look at those guys as we go through the night.
I don't know what that.
Well, action started early, but mostly it was fighting the track and not each other that's caused these incidents.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like a lot of self-inflicted harm already just 6 laps into the race.
Yeah, for sure. This is old, abrasive, and really merciless surface for the tires, man. And on those cold tires there, they had no grip. As your current leader, still Jacob Alicia. He was out there pretty good ways, having gotten around Sean McDonald on the outside on the start of the race. Now, as we go to the restart, which should be 1 lap away if we see these lights go off. And they do. So we're 1 lap away from the restart. It's going to be the leader who has the option to launch within the restart box. If he gets to the end of the restart box or zone and it has not launched yet, then the second place truck can go ahead and launch. So usually it's a little bit of a cat and mouse game, a little bit, and so a slight advantage goes to the leader, and I agree with that, should, up here on the restarts. So we should see, depending if Alicia does have lane choice, if he stays on the bottom of the top. I'm curious, which would you pick? He got around him on the outside. Would you stay to the outside?
Yeah, I would probably try to restart on the outside if I was the leader. I think that's safer.
Jonathan disappeared.
Seems almost counterintuitive a little bit to most places, right? Because you're worried about the inside sliding up into you. Oh, we just saw the 81 appear there suddenly.
What? How did he appear?
That was interesting. Must have had a little bit of a connection issue. You see that truck pull off, now handing that over to Jacob Alicia to restart this race.
Sorry, I thought leaked out.
He gets to the box here.
Green flag, green flag.
And he starts as soon as he hits that restart zone. That was the first white line you saw in the Sunoco restart zone. And he gets a great launch there on the bottom. Immediately goes up to the high side in front of the 23 of Sean McDonald with Tim Pope following closely, having gotten around, looks like, and Mike Adamson there. Not quite yet. Mike fights back on the inside and holds on to that spot. 81 now closing in on the 7. He may have lost a bit of momentum while he was attempting to get around the 88. Kind of settle out here. Let's go back a little bit and see. These guys are really, you know what? It looks like they're quickly willing to, hey, let's go single file. Let's just log some laps here.
That is
Okay.
hot.
Right. Oh, somebody just got into the wall there. I don't know if it brought up the caution, but I did see somebody hit the wall really hard. Didn't indicate here, though. Sounds like bearish, maybe.
It's all good, huh?
I think Kyle Vaught may have been on the receiving end of that from the sounds of it.
Y'all gonna have to go around me. I got everything. Y'all can go around me.
All right, let's take a look at that. We'll have to, so I don't have any indicator here. We'll have to take a look here. There it is right there. So it looks like Kyle's in this Wrangler machine. You see Tom Barris in the 35 on the outside there. It's, just gets a piece of the wall, and that's easy to do. It happens because you see how the wall comes in
Go ahead.
right at the very end of the turn, and it just pushes him down into Kyle. Kyle gets right front damage on his truck right there. But since they both kept it straight, there was no caution. It looks like he's going to try to ride it out till we have another opportunity to hit pit lane. Try to look for some battles here. Everybody's pretty much nose to tail for the moment. Here's one right here, Mike Everidge. Looking to maybe get around Gordon Spain there. Got a pretty good run coming off the corner right here. Man, Gordon Spain is just so close to that wall. He's into it right there. And 82 is going to get a run down the inside. Gordon makes sure he stays up high. He kind of sacrificed himself, I think, a bit to make sure he didn't come down and hit 82. A nice pass there by Mike Evers, taking him to the 21st spot from Gordon Spain. You know, you see somebody who's tight on the tines, and as soon as you get to them, they've already got the pass taken. Watching John Shanebacher on the number 12 machine here. Going to go around the outside of the four. The four got a little loose coming out of the turn there. Oh, something happened with Tim Pope. He's back to 32nd place. Nope, that's wrong. That's a scoring error. He's in fourth.
Okay.
Don't want to freak anybody out.
Still up there.
It showed him in 34th for a moment, and then it shot back up. So it's a scoring issue. But for the Pope fans out there, don't fret. Sometimes the overlays get a little confused. Dick and Alicia here holding on to the top spot, but it looks like the 23 is trying to close in here.
Oh, you're all good, brother. You're all good.
And the 88's right there with him. I mentioned Mike Adamson. He just has a knack for this place, man. I mean, it's not... I mean, it looks like it's concrete. I think it's a bit of asphalt. What is this surface, Ricky?
Yeah, it's just asphalt, but with the way the grit, the sand blasted, it's like sandpaper.
Yeah, it's rough. And you can see it looks like you have all these lanes to choose from, but we'll kind of ride along here. You'll see really you can come down to those white dotted lines there, and that's about it. You got probably good in this turn. You got a couple of lanes, but it's so sketchy. We're just hearing a wreck right now. Caution is out. like that involves Gordon Spain. We saw him in the wall a little bit earlier.
Wasn't expecting that big of a checkup, Kilgore.
Gordon's on the inside right here. Oh, he just gives a little bit of grip, gets up into.
Checking out for pace car.
Oh,
Never seen a track.
Links
where you
out
run
right
half
there.
throttle and still get run over.
Gets up into the 68 of Wade.
DOL, please.
Hunter track mark should be a blast.
Yeah, it's just that can happen here. Get those tires hot, and then next thing you know, you're going around. I'm gonna look at it from Wade's perspective. Yeah, he almost has it saved, but then gets back up into him again.
Hey, Shotgun,
And,
good?
you know, he's
Coming
blinking
back
a
up
bit
here?
too, so it might be, at least on my screen he is. Might be one of those where you come back in from blinking. That actually looks like a glitch for the track right in that spot there. Significant left front damage for Dustin Wade.
Sorry, Reed. Tell me to stay behind the 430.
Kilgore, Russ Kilgore got a piece of that as well.
Yeah, no, you're all good. I just want to make sure we're all in order.
So you got your leaders, the 31, the 23, the 88, and the 7, all going down pit lane here. And Stoney Benfield's going to stay out and assume the lead here. See who beats him off, who beats whom off pit road. The 23 may have done it there. And he does. Great pit stop by John McDonald here. John's one of 3 Canadian drivers in the field tonight. You got Sean McDonald, Jack Dixon, and Greg Dobson. Back up here to your leader. I mentioned we had onboard cameras here tonight, and Mr. Stoney Benfield is one of them. Yeah, good shot of him right there. He's Big Room. He races with us out of Albemarle, North Carolina. He's up 5 spots at the moment as he's holding on to that top spot. George Rincon is in second, Trevor Robertson third, Chris Goins fourth, and Sean McDonald, the first truck off pit lane, is in fifth. So this top 4 are the ones who stayed out. Let's see, Chris Goins is up 13 spots. So these guys are looking to gain track position here. In my mind, this is what they were going after by staying out. As the lights are out on top of that pace truck, which means we're going back green the next time by, Ricky.
Yeah, I'm sure they've all taken a breath and trying to get regrouped here for the green flag.
Only 20 laps into this 147 lap event.
Whenever we do start, I'm kind of slow.
Dustin Wade indicated there he must have stopped.
Here. I didn't know
See what happens here.
Might have
Dang it.
talking here.
Crashed.
All right, thank you.
Oh, he had to
I'll
stop.
try to roll a little bit, that way it doesn't.
Yeah, okay. Here we go. Back into the restart zone here. The 75's got control.
Some people are probably going to get a black flag, just so you know, Roy.
Green flag.
Launch is right there, about quarter way into it. It's a nice clean launch. Immediately goes that outside. Trevor Robertson's going to come through for second. George Rincon might have been a little bit, maybe he spun the tires there. You can see he's going to get eaten alive here by these guys on fresher tires. As a 6 and a 75 get away clean. Chris Goins right there behind him. That number 1 machine. George is going now, holding on. So these top 4 drivers that I'm talking about here did not take tires, did not go to, well, I don't think anybody probably took tires really, but they didn't go in to get fuel. So they might be okay actually, since let me take a look at pit stops here. I don't see anyone who took tires. Of course, they don't have a lot to go around, so I wouldn't blame them. There's a good battle here between Jacob Alicia and the 7. Jacob was your leader coming into this caution. You got the ever-present Tim Pope there in the 7 machine looking to have an opportunity to get around him.
I don't know.
Pretty
what
sure
happened
he
there.
Seven's just being
Sorry,
patient right now,
Stuff happened with Gordon
not
Line
looking to
and
tear up his truck,
down in you.
sizing up the competition, getting ready for the end laps here to win the race. Oh, someone's around right there, but it's so low on the apron. See 23 coming here and pound the wall down pretty good. He's still up into the wall.
I give it
Gonna
to
be
you,
okay.
Bud.
Yep. Deion Jones was the truck that was down on the apron there. You saw him spin. He kept it down low. It must be damage on this 23 because he can't keep it out of the wall.
I didn't have the run for it, buddy. Sorry.
Go up. Try not to burn up my stuff.
I got wheel damage, so I can't turn.
Yep. I hear him talking right now. He's saying he has wheel damage.
Yeah, it's definitely not an ideal situation to be in, having wheel damage and not being able to get off the track.
No, not at all. Making his way on the pit lane right now. You're taking a look at Scott Roney. That's the truck. Actually, no, I'm on the wrong one here. That's not Scott. I'm looking at Sean McDonald's truck. Pulled up the wrong camera. There we go. Keep it low and out of the way. Stoney Benfield holding on to that lead though. 75 truck. Trevor Robertson and Chris Goins going in it behind him.
Not ignoring you there, Kyle.
Chris looking to get through here at number 1. Chris is with us out of Charlotte, North Carolina. High Tide Hospitality. You said that was like, oh, the 31 gets out of shape there. Probably got a little bit of right front damage. And now the 28.
Behind
The
him,
28
looks like Rincon's in the wall.
saves it. And these guys doing a great job. You see him. I mean, he was dead sideways.
All good now.
Just don't know how much damage these guys may have pulled off there. Alicia doesn't look like he's way slower, but he clearly hit the right front, the wall with the right front of his truck.
Yeah, I think that was the next one.
Question is, did he have any help? I'll have to go back and see if I get a look at that. Nope, no help at all. Just gets loose out and look at that move by Tim Pope, man. Reflexes like a cat there. Immediately pulls it down without getting around. Lots of times you pull the truck left like that unexpectedly, and it can get you out of shape too.
Sorry about that. They gonna give me room.
But Jacob Alicia holds on. He's still out there. It does look like he is falling off a bit, so he may have some damage to that truck. Still loose coming out of those corners. .29 laps into this. Take a run through the field.
Go ahead, Austin.
Is your leader for the moment, 75, Stoney Benfield, having a good run so far. He's up 5 spots from where he began the night. He's being followed closely in second there by the number 1 machine of Chris Goins, who is now up 15 positions. Chris said, he's told me once, you know, he had some issues with qualifying. He's always fast during the races, but sometimes he puts himself in a bit of a hole at the beginning, and he has to dig out of it. He's already dug out of this one tonight, so up 15 positions, second place. Trevor Robertson there out of McCrory, Arkansas, is in the 3rd position, up 9 spots so far. Tim Pope started in the 3rd position. He's in 4th at the moment, doing a good job here tonight out of Roseboro, North Carolina. Mike Adamson right where he started in 5th position in that Dodge factory machine. Thought Dodge and Ram were 2 different brands now. Mopar, they're both Mopar, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, last time I looked. Greg Goodenough in that Grizzly out of Helper, Utah. He's also running that Ram truck.
Thanks, Kyle.
Dylan Bryant, Superman there, looking to put his cape out. He's up 3 spots so far. Started 10th, is in 7th. Jacob Alicia, your pole sitter. You saw he had a little bit of trouble. Doesn't like to be anything catastrophic. Might be slowing him down just a bit. He's holding on to 8th right now.
Thank you, Kelly.
Got Roney in the 023 machine, up 5 spots. Races with us out of Salt Lake City, Utah. Now, I do have, that was the onboard I was looking for earlier. Scott Roney. He's got the blue light going on there. He also gives us a little extra on his cam in the form of an overhead shot.
Yup.
Looking at his screens, he's got a triple monitor setup there
Sorry, Gordon.
going on for us.
Wasn't trying to pinch you.
We appreciate that. Scott does it for us. Andrew Player, 13, is up one spot, running in 10th. George Rincon, 11th. That good Weiser machine. He runs a throwback every week. That's a homage to Dale Sr. Jack Dixon in the 48. Now that's a throwback to Jimmy Johnson. Forget when he ran that Tweety Bird or that Looney Tunes scheme. Been a minute. Andrew Cawthon running this. I don't know if I missed a upload of the paint or what, but kind of a nondescript paint scheme there. Number 10. Howard Anderson and that Steve Park 99 Pennzoil machine in 14th. Austin Paul in this. I think that's a throwback to Dale Sr. But a little different shocker graphics number 3 machine. Chandler Paul in the Reese's 72. I think that's a Kevin Harvick, maybe Xfinity Series, now O'Reilly Series paint scheme. I don't know if he ever ran that in the Cup Series.
I do not believe he did. I think that was well, maybe he. Now I'm second guessing myself. I think maybe he did.
Yeah, I just don't remember. I do remember a lot of the Saturday races with that paint scheme. Probably my favorite candy bar right there, Reese's Cups.
Or Michael, sorry.
Aaron Warren and Miller High Life. I'm thinking this is a throwback to, man, I can't think of his name right now. It's terrible of me.
That's a Rusty Wallace paint
Yes,
scheme
thank
right
you.
there.
When he ran the 2 machine. Shane Bacher at number 12. He is in 19th. Kelly Kill is up next in that 01 VRN tow call machine, actually VRM machine. We also have an onboard with Kelly tonight. Races with us out of Oshkosh, Wisconsin. He's very focused there. Got his rig wrapped around him. Mike Everidge in the 82 is in 21st. From that patriotic scheme he always runs. Looks like he added tow call to the side there. And VRL up on the truck bed. Appreciate the support, Mike. John Gallagher in this camouflage. He doesn't want anybody to see him coming. 123 machine. He is in 22nd. Scott Milner in at 19. He is in 23rd position. Dave Mayberry. I don't know. Was this Schrader who ran this paint scheme? I don't remember.
Steve Grissom, the Cartoon Network. Yep.
Thank you for that, because I did not remember. You have an onboard with Dave as well. He's kind of looks like he's same kind of got that thing wrapped around him like Kelly Kill did. Michael Brooks in the 74 Hardy's machine. Go back to Cale Yarborough, maybe. I don't know if anybody else ran that. I do remember Cale running it.
Yeah, that's definitely the Cale paint scheme there.
Jesse Redding, Kyle. I want to say that's Kyle Petty's Sitka when he was running for the Wood Brothers, maybe.
That would be Morgan Shepherd, Sitco. Kyle Petty, I think his paint scheme was a little different. Or Dale. That could be Dale Jarrett also.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. You'd have to know like the very fine differences between them. But Wood Brothers, we'll just say Wood Brothers tribute scheme. How about that?
Yeah,
Definitely Wood Brothers.
Yeah, Jesse Redding there in the 26th position. Ford Spain, he had a little trouble. You can see he's sporting that damage on the front there, unfortunately, in that 38 Wraps machine. We got John McAdam. He's in 28th right now on that James Machine Wrangler. I do like that. Dustin Wade. Dustin, he got us a camera view too. I love it when he hooks us up with that. Take a look at how he's got it lit up a little bit more than some of the other guys. Nice over the right hand shoulder view. Running 100 Hendrix.com 68 Like a Chevrolet. And Kyle Vault sitting on pit lane there actually looks like he's getting service. And he's getting damage repaired. Deion Jones up next in that Mountain Dew throwback scheme. I want to say that's Darrell Waltrip style.
Hey, hi.
Yeah, that's definitely the DW Mountain Dew scheme.
Don McDonald saw him up front. He's down 31 positions right now, running 32nd. So had some trouble here tonight, but he's fast. So wouldn't be surprised to see him get back up in the mix here. Gets a couple of breaks with the cautions, he'll be in there. Devin Hunt may not be in the race anymore. Russ Kilgore, let's see. Nope. I'm bearish. Greg Dobson is on pit lane as well. And that's through the field there for you folks. Tim Pope is taking over the lead of this race. From Chris Gomes. He's now, let's see, he's about, you can see right there in 3/4 of a second in front of Chris.
Thank you, George.
A good bit further back to Good Enough in the 89. Good Enough is up 10 spots where he began with Mike Adamson now 4th. Dylan Bryant 5th.
Didn't mean to mess you up there, Taylor. Sorry.
Yeah, we've had to change the guard up front. Let's see, where did the 31 end up? We saw him catch a bit of damage. He's holding on to 8th though still. That's where he kind of settled into after he hit the wall a bit. So he's had to learn how to drive that truck probably with a little bit of damage on the front end. Doing a good job of it right now.
He's definitely hanging on to it.
As I say that, he smacks the wall again right there.
Okie dokie. Take the bottom here, son. I'll give it to you.
Andrew, your internet okay? I don't know.
Go back up to the front here with your leader. Tempo. I mean, we're used to seeing this shot, man. He's up here in front. These really hard technical tracks. This is one man you really don't want to see out in front because you're going to have a hell of a time getting to him and getting past him as he gets a little sideways there, but nothing crazy. You're basically, I guess, wrecking loose in this track anyway.
Yeah, and I don't know how he drives it right on the edge, but he doesn't look like he's overdriving it hardly ever. So he can drive it to the edge without going over it most of the time.
Yeah, it just has a great feel for where that is. Looking really good, looking really strong here tonight. I think it's going to be tough to wrestle this lead back from him. However, he does have Goins right there in his rearview mirror, though. As I say that, Goins is hitting pit lane. Now Good Enough is going to be right behind him. But Good Enough is a good bit back. He's 3.4 seconds behind your leader. So 48 laps into the event. I didn't mention, I don't think yet, that they should be able to get about 37 laps per tank of gas. Right now, Good Enough up 11 spots from where he started, so having a good run here tonight. Chris Goins is in pit lane here. They're choosing to maybe undercut these guys a bit. Maybe we're going to see a whole slew of trucks coming in, so he's going to be much faster than they are. It's going to drag in Tim and others. We'll see. Tim generally runs long though, if he feels like he's in a good spot on tires.
Yeah, you could be in a good spot on tires, but if you're 3 seconds a lap off the pace from what you are fast, you can't stay out too many more laps. You lose, 3 laps, you've lost 9 seconds.
Because Mike Adamson hit the pit lane.
It does help you at the end of the run, but the delta on that just takes you so long to get over that. I like running long, but in a track like this, you got to be careful.
These guys are significantly undercut. Most everybody's not coming in, so I think as long as it's only a couple of guys, but the thing is, those 2 guys were pretty close to Tim, so they may end up in the overall coming out in front of him. Especially when you're looking at Goins. Goins was very, very close. He was within a second. So if he's gaining a few seconds per lap, it's going to be interesting how this shakes out. we got a moment here. Let's talk about sponsorship here for tonight's race. So for both series, we have Tow Call, who supports both the Premiere and the Vanquish Series on Friday nights. The Vanquish Series is the ARCA Series. But if you live in the Washington, D.C. metro area and you are in need of a tow jump start, a lockout, or you need a tire change, get in touch with Tow Call via their email, towcallroadside@gmail.com. That's all together, towcallroadside@gmail.com. Also, if you are enjoying the sharp thumbnails on this channel or admiring the custom paint schemes tearing up the track tonight, you're seeing the work of Sharker Graphics by Ricky Wittenberg. So if you need a top-tier visuals, pro-level style poster, artwork, or logos, get in touch with Ricky via his email. That's ricky@sharkergroup.com. ricky@sharkergroup.com, as seen at the bottom of your screen here.
You're a lap down, please let me go. No, now I'm
Here's some of these drivers trying to negotiate their way through the field if they're on newer versus older tires.
No.
Don't know which Paul this is. I don't think it's Austin, because Austin, nobody's around him. So if you can find like an eye chart here I'm looking through.
That's enough, Gordon.
They have some tempers on the track.
Yeah, they're flaring up just a bit. This is the kind of place that brings it out. It's Gordon Spain here. 72's right there.
Like Chandler's moving over to let some of the faster trucks through.
Yep. That Reese's peanut butter cup machine. This is the making.
Him and the
Go ahead.
38 are arguing over space, so I might keep my eye on that for a minute.
So Gordon Spain's in 27th, whereas the 72 is in 17th. He's got, I think he's already made. No, they're both on the same pit stop. They're both on pit lane last together.
Appreciate your vote. Thank y'all.
But they are tight together, and you see the 21 right here with them as well, Redding. And that's for position between the 72.
Oh, and McDonald pile drives Michael Brooks. They were all stacking up behind Chandler Paul and Gordon Spain. And Brooke McDonald, he's off the pace now too.
Yeah, I think when Chandler's maybe getting upset about it, is he sees that 21 coming bearing down on him, and that's for position. They're in 16th, 17th respectively right here. And he's trying to get around the 38.
Right
Go
there
ahead.
too. Tim Pope is only half a straightaway behind him. Not even half a straightaway. That might be the bigger thing, trying not to go a lap down.
Yep, see the 21 making his way around the 72 here. Looks like this is cooled down for the moment. Here comes your leader now, going to hit pit lane. Man, he's coming in there hot. Oh, he's going to go. I thought that was a little hot. Oh, drifts. He does a great job not to go around there. Wow.
Ooh.
I tell you what, most drivers would have went around. That was a piece of driving.
Yeah. I didn't know that Tim liked dirt tracks, but he did some dirt driving there.
Yeah, definitely got in there hot. The tires pretty wore out, probably hot themselves, but he's able to drift it right to the entrance. I don't think he went over the speed limit. It looked like he was down before he got to the line, so we'll find out. Andrew Cawthon takes over the lead. Now he's going down pit lane as well. A little bit out of shape himself, but he's going to be okay.
29.
Dave Mayberry. Every time I click on it, these guys are going to inherit the lead, but they're coming in. You see some battle scars there on the right-hand side of the 74. Michael Brooks. Yeah, I see Amanda Wade out there saying hello. Hello, Amanda. Welcome. Anybody anything else going on in the chat that we missed? We've been kind of watching the action here.
Yeah, we Red Arnell said he was sorry he's late. Track bad stuff. Taylor Provax says hello to Lori and me and you. Hello, Taylor. We've got Boxy, let's go 89. Kathy Anderson, good evening. Let's go Team Albert. And Amanda Wade, hello Racing Family.
Well, I appreciate you guys coming out. Make sure if you haven't already, like and subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell. We're live here every Wednesday and Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. And notification bell will keep you on top of our special events. We do a lot of endurance, sports car races here. We have one that's coming Saturday. We're going to do the Sebring 12-hour endurance race. So if you want to check that out, you don't have to watch the whole time, but just come out and cheer us on. That'd be great. We got 2 teams that are going to be in that event. And yeah, we do enjoy our endurance racing right here. As you see right now, Chris Goins has assumed the lead. But I'm looking at, let's take a look. Tim Pope went on 11 laps later. He went into pit lane. So he's going to have a significant speed advantage, but he's just a little bit behind. He's nearly 10 seconds back of the leader at the moment.
Yeah, but I'm sure Tim has probably tried to calculate this, and he's figured that this is still his best move.
But yeah, if they have a caution, he's going to need less fuel on pit lane because he's got more right now at the moment. Whether it takes tires or not, I don't know. That's another deal there. But yeah.
Dylan Bryant just said he's done. I don't know what happened.
I don't see. Let's take a look. I don't see anything on the boards here.
I will next turn. I got loose, and then the 12 was coming. Sorry, player. Go ahead, man.
I'm taking a look for him right now. Let's see if I can pull this up. I think it has a search function.
Oh, Trevor Robertson hit the wall, and Dylan Bryant hit him. Must have gave him wheel damage.
As he jumped to the pits right here, let's go back and take a look.
Yep.
All right, this is after he's already hit something. Looks like he's okay here. This must be where the incident occurs.
Get out of your way, John.
He's following Andrew Cawthon here, and here comes pretty good enough in the 89.
Thanks, buddy.
Thinks better of it. Doesn't make that move.
Yes, sir.
Oh. 6, Trevor hits the wall. Then 51 hits the wall.
I'm sorry, Kelly.
Don't see a great bit of damage to him. But he could have got really bad wheel damage.
Yeah, I think he must have had wheel damage because he's already disconnected.
Go around, Chandler.
Yep. It's unfortunate. That's the danger of this place. As you're looking on your leader here, Chris Goins, who is out to nearly a 4-second lead over Adamson. And Tim Pope is chopping it down. He was about 10 seconds back. Now he's 7 seconds back in third.
The pole sitter, Sean McDonald, is also disconnected. I know that he had some damage, so it must have just been too much for him to continue.
Got some casualties of the race here. Let's run through the field just a little bit. Mike Adamson of Sanford, Florida, they're holding down second place. You mentioned before he's always fast here, and he's showing that speed here tonight. Tim Pope running in third. Very good enough coming through the field. He's up 9 spots. He's in the 4th position right now. He's about 12 seconds, a little less than 12 seconds behind your leader, but he does have fresher tires, so he's going to make a little bit of hay. We got Scott Roney here in the 023 machine running 5th.
Sorry, Aaron.
Jacob Alicia right there behind him in 6th. Now I think Jacob did start 2nd tonight. I think I mentioned he was a pole sitter earlier. I was wrong on that. He was the outside pole sitter.
I'll go low focus.
Tony Benfield still having a good run here tonight, running in 7th. Andrew Player right here behind this rolling roadblock here. He's going to get through no problem as they're passing the 01 machine. 74 gets really close to that wall, though. Andrews running in 8th position with Jack Dixon right there behind him. He gets a little bit sideways. 74 makes a little wall contact. That's just how when you're side by side, it's so sketchy coming out of the corner. You would think going in might be a little more sketchy, but I feel like coming out of the corner, especially, I want to say is that turn 4 might be one where the wall comes in on you. Yeah, it's going to be 4 because they're coming around here. You see how that wall, the end of this, the wall just dips down on you right there, and you're not ready for it. It's going to catch you out. Shane Bacher there in a 12 machine and 10th, up 9 spots. Austin Paul having a good run here tonight, running 11th, up 4 spots. Aaron Warren in 12th, plus 9. Albert Anderson running at 13th. He's plus 10 positions right now. That Pennzoil machine.
Copy. They're gonna get around here.
Mike Evers is in 14th. I think one might be from the pit lane. There he goes. John Gallagher, 15th, up 20 spots from where he began the race. Started off with a penalty here tonight. Andrew Cawthon, 16th. George Rincon, 17th. Dave Mayberry in that 29 machine out of Tucson, Arizona, running 18th. Michael Brooks in the 74 Hardee's machine is in 19th. Right behind him, the 72 Chandler Paul in 20th. Scott Milner is in 21st in that 19 machine.
Yep.
Kelly Keel started with a penalty. Now he's up 9 spots right now, running 22nd, so he's moving forward. Jesse Redding, 23rd. Ford Spain, 24th. John McCallum, 25th. Trevor Robertson, 26th. I saw Jonathan Osborne hit pit lane. I don't know
Go ahead, Craig.
what's happening with him, though. No damage, just not moving. Must have had something happen. We have the onboard with him. Can't tell if that screen's frozen or not. Looks like it is. They must have had something happen at the. You had to pull off the track.
Yeah, looks like it.
I'll stay low.
And we saw that. You mentioned that Dylan Bryant is out of the race.
Thank you, man.
Take a look here. I think Kyle Vaught, maybe he's still out there on track. The onboard camera with Kyle as well.
Let you call out, you're moving out of the way of somebody. If you let them out of the way, they're not going to be expected.
I hear more frustration on the radio there.
Yeah, it brings it out of people here at a track like Darlington.
Yeah. Kyle told me he loves this track. He's just had some issues tonight. He's down. He started 20th. He's down in 30th position. Last time we ran here, it's been a minute. They have had some updates to the truck and the aero package and everything. So I don't know if he's suffering from that or maybe he caught a little bit of wheel damage on the wall or something.
Yeah, I believe he had some wheel damage from an earlier crash.
And Sean McDonald, like he's going to be off the track as well. Let me go back and take a look at Kyle while we see. Sean McDonald's not moving. Dustin Wade, like he is off the track as well. Kevin Hunt, Russ Kilgore, Tom Barish, and Big Greg Dobbs.
I'll let you have it when we get to the straightaway back here, Ronnie.
The back up front, Tim Pope has cut that deficit down to the back bumper of the one.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you, Kyle.
That was for Scott, not for you.
He's going to make this pass probably pretty handily.
Don't ever mention it.
And he's back to the top of the leaderboard. We mentioned it was probably going to be a tough to beat him tonight. And if, especially if we keep it green, he's probably going to start to run away a little bit here with 11 lap fresher tires and then second place. We were calculating, I was calculating at least about 37 laps that they could run on a tank of fuel. So that means that for Pope at least, he should be able to go about lap 95 before he has to come back in. And that's going to be in about lap 84 or so for the one machine here, though, since he has 11 laps fewer remaining in the tank. John Gallagher on pit lane. Looks like it's for regular service, maybe. And might have caught some damage as well as get repaired. Now here he goes, he's moving out. So the first one on this cycle.
I'll stay low whenever you get up to me, Jacob.
Hey, Craig Goodenoug's out of the race too. He's disconnected, so he got a lot of attrition.
Yeah, some big names too. Some guys who, you know, expected to be fighting for that championship. Now this time we're not doing it's not a win and you're in and you have a playoff rather, but you have a chase format now. So that you got to really keep those points up there. So all these races matter. Looks like John McAdams on pit lane. Regular service. How much further this man can go, we'll find out.
Go high, Gallagher.
Right around one lap here with Chris Gomes. In the backstretch here, going into 3 and 4. Kind of dip down to that dotted line, let it kind of float to the top. Back into the fuel, come back down the track a little bit because you see how this wall just really comes in on you. Probably doesn't even do it justice. 3 and 4 is a little more forgiving. A little more symmetrical. You'll kind of dip down right before you come out so you can go right up next to that wall and carry as much speed as possible. And he's coming in pit lane now.
No, you're good.
About right, lap 86 here. Now, I'm questioning who took tires and when. Who's going to have any left for the end of the race?
Yeah, I think they've taken them already. So, or this will be the last set. I think they're going to take them right now. So, if somebody was able to save, I don't think anybody's been able to save tires. So
Thank you, Jesse.
I think they've all had to be on the same strategy.
So this is only going to get him out to lap 123. He didn't take tires there. That was a quick stop. It's like about 11 seconds. That wasn't enough. And we were watching him too, so this is where he's going to have to. Everybody's got to pay a tax tonight. They're going to have one stint, but they're going to have to go out there on old tires. We know Tim did not pay that tax on the last run because he was flying. Your current leader, Tim Pope. He's making his way around Aaron Warren, that 22 machine. Now, the way this race has worked out, everybody is a lap down all the way up to 9th position. That's incredible.
Yeah, as competitive as this league is, that's crazy that we're already... That's the way Darlington is. I mean, it's just such a tough track. You have so many people have problems and you don't even know it sometimes. You don't even see it.
Yeah, you're riding on board right now with your leader, and he's coming up on Albert Anderson, who's in 8th position. If he gets around Albert's going to be 1 lap down. He'll be the first truck a lap down. Now, like we predicted, we did not see the carnage that you might would expect at such a tough track. And it's because these guys are so busy. In my mind, it's because they're so busy racing the track. They're a little less likely to race each other, you know, door to door. They're more willing to give up a spot to keep their truck clean if at all possible.
Yeah.
No problem. You're gonna pass me anyway, so why go crash, bud?
Still got some a little bit of edge to some of the comms there.
Yeah, I think everybody's still just, the longer the race runs, the more frazzled people seem to get too.
We should see Tim going in here soon. Probably another 5 or so laps. Taking a look at the intervals here, I really don't see anybody tight on the track. A couple people, perhaps. Nope.
Now with Tim stretching it the way he has, I wonder if he might take tires and then not take them like on a splash and go at the end of the race.
Yeah, we got different strategies going on here, man. It's going to be interesting. It's an accurate point. I mean, and he might be in a great spot to do that. Now, the problem with that in my mind is if you have caution.
Yeah, if you have a caution, you're in trouble. But if you come in right now and you're already up there and you take tires and you lap most of the field and you have fresh tires, give you 10 laps, you're going to modoc through the field and lap pretty much everybody. Then if a caution comes out, you're still not probably in too bad a shape.
Yeah, I mean, right now, his closest competition was, I want to say, Chris Gomes, and right now he has him a lap down. So, and that's another strategy as well. Stay out because it's a high likelihood this track, late in a run, you could have a caution, and then you trap these guys. Yeah, Chris Gomes is not even the first truck a lap down. Aaron Warren is, because you see your leader right now lapping these trucks in real time. Albert Anderson is right here in front of him.
And Gomes isn't going to make up the time that he did like he did on that last run because he doesn't have fresh tires.
Right.
So he's pitted and he doesn't have fresh tires.
I don't remember if these two guys are teammates or not.
I know. Tim and Albert Anderson.
Yeah, All-Star versus Ain't Dead Yet. That's right. He's not looking to get around here too much. I mean, might be, but he's about to go in. Doesn't really want to risk it. That being the 7 machine. Yeah, exactly that. Just heard him saying he's going in. Look at this. I mean, he is just flying down on there to see if he gets sideways again. Gets it rolled up before he really puts some wheel into it.
Yeah, got in a lot cleaner that time.
3 going in.
Yeah. It's going to hand your lead over to Scott Roney. Scott Roney was last on pit lane the same time Tim Pope was, so probably should see him coming in here at the moment too. Jacob Alicia's on pit lane. Aaron Warren's on pit lane.
AO 23 fitting.
Aaron Warren's pulling out after having received his service. Deion Jones on pit lane. Austin Paul, you see him coming down lane now. Here's Scott Roney, like we mentioned. Andrew Player. See all these guys, Shane Bacher, Anderson, they all came in about the same time. So Tim Pope is coming off now. Should be able to reassume this lead pretty quick.
Yep, I did.
I was wondering because I gave you the bottom.
Yeah, no, I tried to fit it the wrong end of the track.
Yeah, you just used the hell out of me because I was trying to get it in.
Folks, if you're enjoying what you're watching, or if you want to participate in this league, you can get in touch with Lori, our race admin.
Okay.
29 in, 29.
You can reach her via this Facebook link or the Discord link. That's a recruiting Discord. So don't be surprised, not a lot of people in there. You get screened, and then once she screens you through, you go to the actual Discord. So this is for the Wednesday night series in the trucks. If you're looking to join the grid, contact Lori via these two links. It's going to be the same links if you're interested in Friday night's ARCA series. The only difference is we're running Friday nights, obviously, in ARCA. Slight difference in the points. It doesn't go, we're not doing a chase in it. That's just a straight points format in that series. Both are full grids, so we have a few spots left. As you see the 38 getting to the wall there in front of what's going to end up being your leader. Actually is your leader now again, and Tim Pope, number 7. That's we got to get his attention. Gets around safely though. But anyway, if you're looking to join a well-run, well-executed league, get in touch with Lori via those links that you'll be able to also get at the end of this broadcast. Tim's doing a great job here. Just, man, he just really got this place figured out. And his long runs have worked to his advantage. Edith Anderson out there saying hello to the VRL team, and Albert in 99. Edith, if you didn't not tracking already, Albert is running in 12th position right now.
I don't think this is one of Albert's favorite tracks. It's one of the ones that he's just going to probably try to grit through it. And if he could get close to the top 10 tonight, I'd say that'd be a win for Albert.
Yep. You know, this strategy by the 7 has still brought, if you can see right there on the battle box, Chris Goins is still within 2 seconds of him right now. Right? Well, no. Yep, right there. You see him in a second.
Let's see, Jonathan.
He just met, the war machine just got around Gordon Spain.
Kyle, you got the inside.
Kind of sitting there. So we'll see how this works out in the end. Whose strategy is superior.
There's definitely not a lack of passing out there because you got some guy, everybody's on different strategies. So there's some guys just flying through the field right now.
Thank you, John.
Hang on the back there.
Why the track map's not popping up? Yeah, you see right there, 99 flying past the 7, gets his lap back there. That is Albert Anderson. It really stands out, that Pennzoil machine, man.
Oh yeah, that was always a good paint scheme, and there's always one that stood out. So you would always be able to pick out the lineup.
This is for position right here. Aaron Warren and Albert Anderson for 11th. And Albert's going to get by pretty handily here, so he does have a tire advantage. As I take a look across here, he does by 2 laps over Aaron Warren. Right now, Albert is just flying through here. Up 12 spots where he began the race. Next up, he's looking to chase down Austin Paul, who was right in front of him in that number 3 machine. right up next to that wall. He's going to get, here's Austin right here. I mean, Albert's just really rolling at the moment. And that's only a 1 lap difference in tires now. The difference being last time they were on pit lane, not necessarily.
No, you're good.
I think he did what you were talking about. He took tires where these other drivers didn't because he is really just mowing them down at the moment.
Yeah, and it's a good strategy for him because if caution comes out, I mean, yeah, he doesn't have the tires anymore, but it's helping him now, and it may give him better track position than what he would have had if he'd have just stayed on the same strategy.
Yeah. No, so I mean, he may have another set of tires because he does have to have another stop, and apparently he didn't take tires that last time because he went a lap down. He wasn't as fast. He may still have another set sitting in pit lane with 40 laps to go here.
If he has another set, he's in really good shape.
You can see he went in at 97, so that's about right, but that's not going to be enough to make it to the end. Is what we were saying about, what was it, 37 laps on a tank. That's going to put him at 134 out of 147. So yeah, I think he's got to pit again. And he may have another set for a late caution if one occurs. He might be in a really great position here. Scott Roney is now your leader up front here. I'm kind of looking at the pit time. And I don't know that Tim had quite enough time to take tires. Let's take a look at Anderson, who did. It's like 14, almost 15 seconds if you take tires. Tim was like at like 12, about 12 seconds, which is probably fuel only. Since he was completely depleted on fuel.
Yeah, I was underneath the guy.
Scott Roney up in the catbird seat here at the moment.
I think Chandler Paul may have just had a crash that did not bring out a caution. Oh yeah, he wrecked. Oh, lucky that didn't bring out a caution. That's what I was talking about, getting spun to the inside and it not bringing out a caution.
See him right here. He's making his way to pit lane. It didn't register as an accident, so let's go back and see what happened to him. There he goes. Here he goes, right here.
Sorry.
Right behind the tent. Oh, the tent gets out of shape. He pulls down just a bit, and he pulls it again, looks like, because he thinks the 10's going to bounce off the wall here, I think. Look, he kind of pulls the wheel a little bit more. Then the 19 is just there.
I don't think he anticipated the 19 coming that fast. Because he closed in
Stoney, out of here.
almost probably a second or second and a half just in that corner.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. As we go back up here with your new leader, Scott Roney, trying to run away from Tim Pope. He's already run away at nearly 4 seconds. Now, if Scott Roney is able to win this race, that's going to be an excited interview here at the end. And I'm all about it. See how this man reacts, because this, I think, will be his first win in the series.
Yeah, so what he's got to do right now, I think he has taken his last set of tires. He has got to drive as hard as humanly possible, because I think they've all got to pit again. He's going to have to come in and get a splash. But when Tim Pope pits again, he's going to come in and get a splash and 4 tires.
There you go.
So will he be able to run him back down?
Yeah, so he basically did the strategy you were kind of advocating for earlier. Yeah, go ahead, take the tires and run.
Yeah. And if you follow the leader, that's all you're ever going to do is follow the leader. So do something different. Try something. It may work.
You see, he is talking as fast as he's racing right now at the moment with his team his team members. We're seeing some folks hit pit lane here. Jacob Alicia, Kelly Kill, both on pit lane at the moment. Actually, Alicia's coming off. You can see he looks laser focused at the moment. Really paying attention to what he's doing. 114 laps complete out of 147 right now with a very good lead, 6.435 second rather, over 0.4 now. He's really running away. Now Chris Gomes is back there with Tim Pope. Only a little bit off of it. I think Chris did not take tires this time. If I take a look at that,
He did not.
He did not.
All right, so do you think Pope's going to come in sooner than he planned after what he saw Roney taking off? Because he's not going to have a lot of time. I think he's going to have to pit maybe sooner than he wants to.
Yeah, and but even then, I think he's 8 seconds back nearly right now. And if Ronnie only has to go and do a splash and go for fuel, I don't know, man. This is gonna be interesting. I think that's his only play. He needs to come in.
Yeah, he needs to pit now. So, not as crew chief, acting as crew chief, not just as a color commentator, but I think he should pit.
Oh, for sure. And what we're saying is what we would do if we were in the truck, haven't been out here racing with these guys before. What would we do? It doesn't always work out. I just feel like that's your only play at the moment.
No, because Ronnie done exactly what I thought was a great move, and he's put himself in a really good position. I think.
Battle of the old guys.
Yeah, for sure. He was last on pit lane, like I mentioned, at lap 97. So about 134, a little more than 10 laps to go. He's going to have to go in and get enough fuel to make those last few laps. And he's going to have to be clean getting on and off pit lane. Try not to slide his tires any more than he needs to, so he's got keeps the grip he does have in him, and make sure his fuel is set right.
Now he's 9 seconds ahead of Tempo, but you can get 2 seconds a lap. So Pope has 6 or 7 laps to track him down at the end of the race. He might still be able to do it, even with a big deficit.
Yeah, gonna be close now. This has happened with Scott a couple of times, like this, where he was really out there and the tire strategy didn't play in his favor. Just missed it by like a lap.
I think it's actually going to depend a whole lot on how good they get off and on pit road. Ronnie's only going to have to take gas, so all he's got to do, he needs to calculate it to where he don't take too much. He needs to get off and on pit road as fast as humanly possible.
Yeah, he doesn't need the extra weight. He doesn't need the extra time.
Yeah, and Pope just needs to try to probably get in smooth and not overdrive it. And he knows that he's going to have 4 tires coming out and screaming.
I can look off the roof cam right here. Here, Paul going in. I want to say that's I think that was Chandler. Is that Chandler?
It's probably Austin. I think Chandler pitted a minute. No, Chandler's on the track.
Here comes Tim. Right now. So he's sitting there. He's doing it. He's looking at the same numbers we are.
You're coming up behind the 10. I am on really, really old tires. And
this is his play here. Got to be smooth getting on off. Now, if I was Ronnie, I don't know if I would go ahead and go now, maybe.
Yeah, I don't think it really does him any good to go now because he's not got tires. He might as well just run it and hope if there's a caution.
That's it. Catch him a lap down. We'll see if Pope. I don't know if Pope's going to go a lap down here, though. I doubt it. He might, actually.
Yeah, I think being 9 seconds down and coming in. Oh, and he overshot his pit.
He sure did.
That's 2 seconds. That's going to cost him about 2 seconds right there.
Incredible. I mean, it's just the slightest things here. With these guys and with iRacing, a hell racing period, you have an incident like that, it costs you time on the track. Here's Ronnie now.
Now, where's Chris Goins? I haven't.
Chris is in 7th.
Well, he's already pitted.
Yep.
Again.
And he took tires. So he is going to be flying here. I'm up on the 13 at the moment. Andy Player. Could be a really quick 25 laps to go. Should be able to get around pretty quick here. Yeah, this is how it all comes down to these drivers here and how it's going to work out. And somebody else we have up here, Albert Anderson, he went on the same lap that Ronnie did. But he's like 29 seconds back. So I don't know that this is going to be a difference here. He's going to have to pit as well.
I'm showing him on, well, yeah, I guess he just hadn't hit the line. Ronnie's got almost everybody a lap down right now.
Yep.
And some of the guys even in the top 7 that are 2 laps down.
Well, you saw earlier that the 7 had everybody all the way up to 8 down before that last pit cycle before the one we're doing now. Wow, this is going to be interesting.
Yeah, A lot of times I have an idea of what might happen. I really don't know what's going to happen this time.
No, quite a few laps to go here.
This is almost like a road course, Alan, because there's so many guys. It's got so much different strategy. 'Cause you're passing people every corner. There's people getting past every corner. And I mean, the speed difference is significant on a lot of them.
Yeah, I'm looking at the leaderboard right now, and everyone is at least a lap down, with the exception. It looks like of Albert Anderson.
Yeah, and he's right behind Anderson. He's
two
one car
trucks back.
between them.
And he's got to be careful. Once you see 123 get in the wall there. He's looking to chase down that second place right here in front of Scott Roney. Doing a great job running this track. He definitely has it figured out.
You're good, Mike. Sorry.
At the moment, Tim Pope, the lap down, running 8th. Let's see. And Tim did take tires, so he is on fresh tires.
I would say that, it looks like, just looking at the leaderboard with him having everybody a lap down, if a caution came out, you would think that he would be in great shape, except with everybody being a lap down and they're going to get a wave around. And if he had to pit, he's not got tires, so he's going to get smoked. Even you think that he's in the catbird seat, but he's really not. I think he needs it to stay green.
Now we're assuming he doesn't have tires here, and what I mean by that is maybe he took his tax early into racing. We didn't know it, but I don't think so. I think he's on his last set right here.
Yeah, I think everybody's on their last set now.
Win, lose, or draw here for Roney. He's had a great run here tonight. Just a matter of how's this going to play out for him. I mean, he's 31 seconds out there, obviously almost a full lap in front of Anderson. Although you see, I'm sorry, not Anderson, but yeah, Anderson is right in front of him. Pope is a lap down. Gomes is a lap down. Mayberry's sitting there in third lap down.
So
I think Anderson's going in. He says he's going in. Go ahead.
Yeah. I was going to say Pope is running down Gomes right now, and that could be the battle for the win. I mean, we don't really know for sure.
They both took tires.
Yeah, so if Gomes
is right there, you're looking off the roof there of Tim Pope.
Yeah, he's got 3-lap older tires.
That can make a difference for Roney too. If these guys battle it out. Oh, that was close for the one machine.
Hey, buddy. Hi, buddy. You need to pinch up there.
Just got around Dave Mayberry there. Here comes Tim. Here's Chris Gomes. 17 laps to go, coming to 16. Looks like Mayberry's going to pull down and get some racing room for the 7.
So that last lap, Tim Pope and Gomes were almost 2 seconds faster than Roney, though. When you're 2 seconds a lap faster and he's got a pit for gas, he's coming in right now. Roney almost wrecked, and I think he decided to come in because he was already off the pace. Is he going to get a turn?
He gets around there.
Oh,
Got to be a smooth stop here. Oh, this is going to be agonizing from the inside of that cockpit.
Jack. I didn't go and stop.
Nope, no tires.
Thank you.
Fuel only. And he's off. Still 40 seconds but by the time he gets off here, it's going to be pretty close. And it's going to be right at it. Go ahead.
Going through the field, just everybody that I just went through looked like they hit the wall. So everybody's struggling.
Everybody's going to come out with about a Oh, you're looking at like 3 seconds. Not much here.
Yeah, he's dusted, Alan. He's dusted.
Yeah,
That
let's
was
take
good.
a look
I mean,
here.
it was a good try. But
He's up here in front of Chris Goins, who's going to, kind of going to come out second. Albert Anderson's your leader right now, but he still has to hit pit lane with 14 laps to go. He's last on at 97. I don't see him making it on fuel unless he. Man, that'd be an interesting amount of fuel savings.
oh,
That was
Kelly
so close.
Kill. Woo.
Almost got into the 6 machine there. Trying to get out of the way of the 1 and the 7. This is the battle here. And both of these guys, Chris Goins and Timothy Pope, were on pit lane. Timothy Pope has 3-lap advantage, what I'm looking at, Ricky.
Yes, I tracked that too. Oh, Deion Jones and the 81 banging off each other in front of the 1 and the 7. Everybody's going to have to check up. Nowhere to go.
Yeah, traffic could play into this. These guys looking to be careful to get around here. It's 3rd and 4th at the moment, but like I mentioned, Albert Anderson is your current leader. Going to have to hit pit lane. The 81 in the wall up there.
Oh, yeah, Roney's he's not far enough ahead. He didn't get far enough out. He might still get a podium out of it, though.
And there it is, Albert Anderson on pit lane right now. So Scott Roney's back in the lead, but it's a question of how long.
Oh, I think it's a battle for the
7.
lead now, though. The 7 and the 1. Or this is going to be for the lead.
Oh, the 1's into the outside wall. Now Pope's going to set he's only 2.5 seconds, just over 2.5 seconds behind with 11 laps to go.
29 to 15.
One's going to try to fight back here, but I don't know that he's going to be able to get there. I mean, he's got a deficit on tires. He's already super loose here.
Mike Adamson's quite a few seconds behind Pope and Goins. I think that Roney might at least be able to hang on for a podium.
Thank you, Jack.
And Ronnie's in the wall right there. That's not helping his lap time. I think there's 2 trucks in between these guys. And then the 7's going to be there. 9 laps to go. Coming to 8.
Go low.
I mean, great job by these drivers here tonight, man.
Oh, no, Pope! Burn!
And caution is out.
Oh, no. I think Pope had it in the bag, and then Cawthon got him coming out of the turn. I think Cawthon hit the wall and bounced into it.
This changes everything.
Sure does. But Ronnie's still your leader. Take a look here.
I was trying to get the bottom to get out of the way.
The 10's on the outside there, and that wall, like we talked about, see that wall just comes in. It looks like a full lane, but it comes down like a half a lane. 10's up there trying, you just heard him on the radio trying to get out of the way. Bounces off, and he just clips the 7, just in the wrong place, wrong time there. That's a heartbreak for 7 machine, just barely missing the 01 machine too.
Yeah.
Now what? What do you do if you're Scott Roney? I think your bed's made.
Oh, yeah, I mean, he's got no choice. Everybody's staying out unless somehow somebody has tires. I just don't see anybody having tires.
So the way I'm seeing this, man, this is now Chris Goins to lose.
Yeah, this is, if I was in Vegas, I would put a whole lot of money on Chris Goins right now.
But amazingly, such a tough track. Only the 3rd caution of the evening. Now, that said, this restart, once we get to it, and I think we're going to get there before we go to the green-white checker. will likely produce another caution.
Yeah, it could. Now, some of these guys are wounded and they've all got old tires. They may just try not to wreck. Just survive the last few laps and go home.
So what I'm looking at here right now, you got Stoney Benfield there. He's got fresh tires and only 1 lap deficit as far as when he went on pit lane to Chris Goins running there in 3rd. But he may be a player here into this race. I would expect he'd be able to jump up in there and get 2nd. That he's really gonna be a disadvantage at Roney. Now the thing is he's got to be careful bending the tires. If he gets few enough laps and maybe gets lucky, that is Scott Roney here with a quick caution. And then another, he could work out for him in a way. And and then we had the green-white checker and there's an immediate caution. It freezes the field. But it's not over yet.
Oh,
for
no.
Mr. Roney, that is.
I mean, anything can happen. And if I never had won a race and trying to win the Southern 500 at Darlington, I would, I'd throw it in there and see what happens. I would definitely give it everything I had.
We're about to find out, man, because the lights are out on top of that pace truck. Means we're going next time by. This is the back stretch. Oh, Stoney's pulling down here. What's going on here?
I think.
Oh, he's pulling back up again.
Hey, we might have to extend this.
Unless he's saving fuel. Maybe they're so close on fuel. We haven't talked about that. Did you cut yourself too short?
Everybody all set?
You might get a black
I
flag.
think they're having problems trying to get lined up because there's so much confusion.
Pace truck's off. Handing control over to 023 of Scott Roney.
He needs to hit it. He needs to go early.
I would go as soon as I could.
Tells me to wait for the green car.
There
We're
he
back
goes.
underway.
Good
Gets a
job,
good
Scott.
jump.
Oh, you're going to have to block the crap out of it.
Oh, the one's trying to get to this outside. Doesn't get there.
Oh, faster,
5 laps
faster.
to go. Yep.
He's going to be right there.
Oh, here he comes.
Oh, Benfield.
He's on the inside
Swinging
of
it
one.
in.
This could play for Roney. More of these guys battle. Roney just can't get away from him, though. He has no tires.
He's just smoked. He's got a block, though. Got a block.
Oh, this is dead. I got to stay out of the wall, though.
Make that truck 18 feet wide.
Yeah, I saw you there. Yeah, I'm trying to get you really good. Stay low here.
Here he comes. Here comes the one. Chris is going to make sure this is a clean pass. He's there. Faster Pastor's going to the outside, though. I don't know if he knows. The 023's on old rubber. 3 to go here.
023 slung it in there, man.
Yeah, he
What
did.
a job, Cohen. Look at Benfield.
Look at this.
What a race.
What a race. Oh, no, he goes around.
Backstretch. Gones.
One more restart. Oh,
And then
81 gets into the
Osborne
one.
piled into him. Gones is done.
Oh, man. We did not expect to see this.
Oh, man.
Wow. Benfield's still up here in 2nd.
Jones and Osborne's defense, man, he did everything he could to dodge there. He slowed down and everything. Your car was just wiggling.
I don't see any damage on him there. Let's go back and take a look at that contact.
Yeah, I was doing my best. I couldn't figure out what direction he was going to go. I feel
What a
bad
tough
hitting him
break for Chris Gones. He's done everything right. Just,
No, I can tell, man. That definitely, you tried.
Oh,
ugh.
he's trying his best to, get up there.
Yeah. I wouldn't blame anybody on that. They're just so tight.
A little bit of a bounce. We've
Yeah.
seen that tonight so much with that wall right there. I don't
know if he hit it. I think
George
it was
gets in
just,
front of the 31.
he's trying to stay out of it. You know how
I
you
think
pull
he's
it.
he's trying to pull it off the wall.
Oh, it's unfortunate. Now we get this. See how this is going to work out for Roney. It's going to be a green-white checker. Will this man be able to pull it off here tonight? In that Fireball Chevy. You know, the nerves have got to be going right now for him. He knows what's at stake. He's probably praying for a quick caution. Look at you can see him right there. You can see the stress on. You see him blow out the air. He's like trying to take a breath.
There's no shame in hoping for a quick call. I mean, he's done everything right tonight. If they had a caution as soon as they go green, he still deserves to win. Because he's done everything that he needed to do.
You got to be good. You got to have the skill sets, and you got to get a little bit lucky in some cases. He's been in a position where he should have won races and got unlucky, like we just saw the 7 and the 1. That happened to them. Those guys were absolutely in the great position and should be winning the race. But how often in real life do you see the fastest cars or the cars in the best position do not end up winning?
Look at the top 5. Roney, Pastor, Adamson, Andy Player, Jane Bachler. I mean, we've seen, I mean, Player's a former champion, but, you know, just the dynamic of the top 5 is crazy.
And here's another thing. Benfield, Adamson, and Shane Bachler all have tires.
Player just blinked out. Oh, yeah, not a time to be blinking.
Oh, he blinked again. He's blinking back in.
Oh, no.
Oh, this is not good.
Ooh.
Oh, he's wiping the sweat off his brow.
Oh, Player, golly, he's blinking in and out so hard. And I know he don't want to give it up because he's 4th.
Going down the backstretch here, getting ready for this. What's going to be the green-white checker. This is your 4th caution we're working here now. For the green-white checker, look at that green flag. If we have a caution on the first lap, it's only a 2-lap shootout. The first lap has a caution, it freezes the field, folks. It's over. And that's probably what Scott Roney's praying for. I would be if I was in his position right now. If it doesn't, and they get to that white flag, then they race it out to the checker. iRacing does not freeze the field. Shockingly.
Don't spin the tires.
Green.
Yeah. It's a good launch here.
Oh, good. We're a good launch.
Got to make that truck wide like you mentioned. And they're fighting pretty hard behind them.
Benfield's never won a race either, so it's not like he's going to just give it to him.
Nope, he got that 88 there behind him too. He's on the same tires as Benfield, and he is a former winner, multi-time winner in this series. Look at this.
Oh, he's going to get a run. He's got the run. Man, Adamson might win this.
Oh, he's on the wall a little bit.
Oh, he hit the wall.
Benfield's going to take the white flag. Adamson's in the wall.
Jane Bachler making a run. Oh, they're going to... Oh,
Adamson in the wall again.
Sorry, guys, I couldn't just stop.
Who finished 3rd?
Scott Roney came in 2nd. Man.
Jane Bachler 3rd.
I want to say this is Benfield's first win.
Yeah, I think so. And then, I mean, he almost won a couple of weeks ago. He's really turned it on this year.
Absolutely.
What a race. That was some good stuff.
Let's see if we can get some burnout action going on with him.
Good run.
Stoney getting stoned tonight.
All right, give it about 5 minutes here, guys, then we'll jump in, and I will try some post-race review. My computer's been having some troubles. It is a struggle, and I've been having some blinking going on here tonight, so we'll see if I can get a consistent enough stream to bother watching.
Wow, I mean, what a race there at the end. I'm just looking at everything and thinking about how this looked like it was going to play out as a strategy race all the way to the very end. A couple of unlucky breaks for what were the 2 fastest drivers all night, and we have a first-time winner here. In Stoney Benfield, racing out of Albemarle, North Carolina. Always been fast here in the series. and now got fortunate enough that the brakes finally came his way. A great job. Don't go anywhere, folks. We're about to interview your top three. It's going to be Stoney Benfield, Scott Roney, and John Schaenbacher. John's up, Schaenbacher up 16 positions for that podium position. Roney up 12, and Benfield up 5 positions. What a run, man. Let's see if we can get these guys up into the green room here. Pretty quick. Lori's moving them now, I think. Schaenbacher's in there. Oh. Yep. Roney. Yes, it's going to be good. See if we can get these guys up in here. And I'm looking for your winner right now, which is going to be Benfield. I don't know. What'd you think about this race? It didn't play out like I expected.
No, you never know at Darlington, but this was probably the wildest, maybe the wildest VRL race I've ever seen, actually.
I don't see Benfield in the chat here. I'm missing him.
I'm in here with you now.
Oh, pulled you in already. Oh. Hey, man, we're going to get you last. If you don't mind, we're going to pull you down.
That'd be fine.
All right, buddy. That's what it was. He got moved right into the booth. All right, so let's get this queued up so we can talk to third position, Schaenbacher here. And we're going to go back just a little bit. Behind Mr. Schaenbacher. Yeah, this is great for these guys. Always fast, and now find themselves up here clogging up the podium for everybody.
Yeah, that's great. You're seeing fresh faces up here. It's a wild, good, just a good overall experience.
And pull Mr. Schaenbacher up in here. Hey, Mr. Schaenbacher, it's Alan and Ricky in the booth, buddy. You got me.
Yep, got you.
Hey, man. Up 16 spots, bringing it home. Third step on that podium. How was this race tonight for you?
It was good. At the start of the race, I dropped back I went in and gave myself an EOL. I just wanted to race the track and just settle down. I didn't want to get around too many cars. I just want to be there at the end, and luckily I made it here third.
Man, it's a tremendous run for you. You came up so far. What started around 19th. What a tough track to make that happen with, between the strategy that was going on, the tire wear, keeping your truck out of the wall. We saw that you were able to keep that Ray Bestis machine clean and basically under you all night long, and it pays off for you here at the end. But I'm gonna pass the mic over to Ricky. Hey, Vicky, what do you have for third place?
A great run, John, tonight, bringing it home and getting a podium finish. I do want to ask you, don't see a whole lot of throwbacks to Hut Strickland. Was you a big Hut Strickland fan or a Bobby Allison fan?
Neither, really. I'm a Sterling Marlin fan. Sterling Marlin drove the 8 Ray Bestis. And when I was looking through trading paints, I found the 12, and I was like, you know what? Nobody ever hollers out for Hut Strickland. Let's do that.
There you go. I like that. I like that. So just don't see too many Hut Strickland paint schemes. So I appreciate that.
Yes.
Yep. Well, hey man, great run for you tonight. Now next week we're going to Martinsville. So 2 things. How do you feel about Martinsville? And then do you have any shout outs for teams, fans, or family?
I think I'll do okay at Martinsville. It's going to be another one, just survive. My shout outs would be Aaron Warren, Gordon Spain, Michael Brooks, Jacob Alicia, that whole group right there helped me there. And everybody in VRL, I think everybody did good tonight. I know there was a little bit of touching every once in a while, but that happens at Darlington.
Oh yeah, for sure. We only had 4 cautions, which a place like this, you would think you'd have more, but I think you made a point earlier. Everybody's probably too busy racing the track to be racing each other too hard. It's about surviving. But hey, man, congratulations on this 3rd place finish, and I look forward to seeing you on the podium again, if not the top step in Martinsville.
I appreciate it. Thank you, Alan and Ricky. Y'all do a great job. And I want one more shout out to Tow Call.
All right, buddy.
They sponsor us, and that's a big sponsor of ours. Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it, John. We'll see you soon.
All right, thank you.
Yep. All right, as John Shanebacher, your 3rd place finisher here tonight. Now we're going to jump up to Mr. Scott Roney, that 023 machine, who had a great chance of winning this race. I did a hell of a job holding people off. Hey, Scott, it's Alan and Ricky in the booth, buddy. You got me.
Oh yeah, what's going on, guys?
Hey, man, we thought you might have had you were doing an incredible job holding that off. We thought you may have had a real good opportunity there to bring home your first win. I know it's heartbreaking. We saw it on your face. So we were watching the camera view. So we appreciate that. But man, I know it was a little heartbreaking, but what a great run by you tonight. Up 12 spots to bring it home second.
Yeah, my boys told me, do not give him the inside line. Whatever you do, don't give him the inside line. And what do? I give him the inside line out of turn 4. And I knew I was done right there. But what a race tonight, guys. I mean, the whole team, everybody that raced with us tonight. We had 4 cautions at Darlington on 36 cars running. I mean, come on. What a run tonight. Fireball truck was fast again tonight. I'm right on the doorstep, guys. We're gonna win one of these babies.
Yeah, I mean, you're there. You've had all these some opportunities where you probably should have won, but got unlucky. It was kind of like the 1 and the 7 did tonight. And then you just always put yourself in position, man. You're in the top 5. Eventually, it's going to come around. But hey, Ricky, what do you have for second place?
Scott, I think you did everything you could, buddy. I know I've been in your shoes before, and gosh, it's tough. But I got to give you a shout out. I don't know if it was your call or you had a strategist, but that was a brilliant move when you pitted. That really worked out well. How did that come about?
So the guys, on the team, we were talking about it, and we wanted to pit maybe there and then hold off. So I took tires and player stayed out, and he was going to do a short run and then take his tires. So I took the tires first, and then I just ran a full fuel run and just took a splash of gas. So it was just going against what player wanted to do.
Well, hey, man, incredible run for you tonight. But so 2 things before we let you go. How do you feel about Martinsville next week? And do you have any shout outs for teams, fans, or family?
Martinsville's going to be a tough track. I think that's going to be tough for all of us. But I've been running good, so hopefully I'll do well there. And just my team, my kids, my family, my grandkids. You guys, I love running in this league. You guys have a very good league. It's very competitive, and you got to be on your game to win here. And obviously tonight, I just missed it. So we'll be there, though.
All right, buddy. Well, we'll look forward to seeing you next week, and eventually on the top step of that podium. Congratulations on second place.
Hey, thanks a lot, guys. Have a good night.
Yeah, buddy. So that was the second place finisher, the 023 machine, Scott Roney. See if I can get the next step on that podium is your champion here tonight, and that's going to be Mr. Benfield, who did a tremendous job. We had Stoney in the booth here for a minute ago, but hey, welcome back. It's Alan and Ricky in the booth, man. Congratulations on winning this race tonight. If I'm not mistaken, Stoney, this is your first win in the series on an official race, or no?
Yes, it is, Alan. It's my first win here. Sure is.
Oh, man, what a great job in that 75 Cooks machine. It was coming down to you and Scott Roney. I know you wanted to make sure that pass was clean, and it certainly was. Scott was doing everything he could looking for his first win. So that was great for us to watch from a fan perspective, even from the booth, which one of these guys is going to pull it off. So, man, great, tremendous job. How did it feel from behind the wheel?
Oh, it was good. And Scott, he was on older tires, and I knew that. So I knew I could go to the inside if he'd give it to me. But the first pit stop, I did not take my tires. And so I ran 80 laps before I took any tires. And then to save them for the end, for that last caution, that it just fell in my lap, man.
Yeah, we were wondering when were drivers going to pay the tax because they're going to have to double stand at some point, and I wasn't sure who had done that super early, and so you were one of the guys, and it's paid off for you obviously here. But hey, I'm gonna pass the mic over to Ricky. What do you have for our champion tonight?
Hey, Stoney, good job, buddy. It's you came back up again, and this time you get up a little higher on the podium and finally get your first win. I mean, looked like your strategy was good tonight. You had a good truck, and it did. I mean, sometimes it does just fall into your lap. What was there anything that stuck out tonight? I mean, was it traffic? Did you have any issues, or was it just you was just trying to race the track and just let things fall where they happened?
Yeah, I was trying to be real patient and just save my tires and just not get impatient. And I got into Goins there. They brought out that caution, and I don't know if he came up or I came down, but when you're racing for the lead, man, it's just tough. It's just racing. So if I did get into him, I apologize. But yeah, we just tried to save our stuff all night long, and it worked out, man.
Well, hey, man, congratulations again. But before we let you go, what are you feeling about Martinsville next week? And do you have any shout outs for teams, fans, or family?
I'm really looking forward to Martinsville. Darlington's my favorite track. Martinsville's probably my second favorite track. So I really love Martinsville. But hey, I really need to thank my sponsors, Alan and Ricky, because without them, I wouldn't be here. NC811.org. They help us every year financially, so I'm able to keep my equipment and stuff up to date. Cook's Landscaping, Kip Cook and his landscape group, they help us, and just these people make it possible to invest and try to have good equipment, and then of course I got another sponsor on truck, K&L Express Trucking, Kenny Lunsford, and trying to help him get his name out, but. Anyway, but most of all, man, the Lord Jesus Christ, most of all. And so I'm just thankful to get a win. And, man, you guys have an awesome broadcast. Thank you.
No, hey, man, we appreciate it. And great shout outs to all your sponsors that keeps you in this league and running with us. And we appreciate the fact that you're here. And, man, first win. That feels good for us to be able to watch. And I'm sure it feels good from the driver's seat.
It sure does, man. And I so appreciate the opportunity to give my shout outs. Okay. Thank you.
Yes, sir. And we'll see you next week.
Okay, man. Thanks.
Yep. That's your champion, Mr. Stoney Benfield. I mean, great job. You want to do one last check on the chat there for us, Ricky, before we get rolling here?
Yeah, let's see. What do we have here? We had Taylor Provax say, "Great night, everybody. Wish it was a better outcome for the 16, but he'll get them next week. Great broadcast." And Lori congratulates Stoney there on the win.
Awesome. So we're going to go through your finishing order that pops up here, folks. And then before we close it out here tonight, so top of the leaderboard here, Stoney Benfield, Scott Roney second, third place, John Shanebachler. Let me get this up here. Okay. And fourth, Mike Adamson, fifth, Andy Player, sixth, Jack Dixon, seventh, Jacob Alicia, eighth, George Rincon, Albert Anderson brings it home, ninth, and then Tim Pope in 10th.
Had Chris Jones in 11th, Austin Paul 12th, one lap down, 13th Scott Milner, 14th Mike Everidge, 15th Dave Mayberry, 2 laps down in 16th Aaron Warren, Kelly Kill 17th, Trevor Robertson 18th, 19th Michael Brooks, and 4 laps down in 20th Gordon Spain.
21st was Chandler Paul, 22nd John Gallagher, 23rd, Andrew Cawthon, Jonathan Osborne, 24th, Deion Jones, 25th, 26th, Kyle Vaught, 27th, Jesse Redding, 28th, John McAdam, 29th, Greg Goodenough, Dylan Bryant, 30th, John McDonald, 31st, Dustin Wade, 32nd, 33rd, Kevin Hunt, 34th, Russ Kilgore, 35th, Tom Barish, and 36th, Greg Dobson. Some of these guys had a rough night. We didn't have a ton of cautions, but we did have, these incidents that occurred that didn't, kind of just went down to the apron there. So, any final thoughts there, Ricky, before we close this out?
Well, Darlington was pretty wild tonight. I'd say that would be one of the wilder VRL races we've had, and now we're going to Martinsville.
and then Bristol after that. So that's going to be an interesting combo. I mean, honestly, I feel like we got out of here a little bit lucky not having more carnage than we did, but I don't think we're going to be so lucky next week.
Not likely.
No. But anyway, so folks, hey, thanks for tuning in. If you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe, hit that notification bell. But with that, we wrap up round 6 officially in the books here as we look forward to Martinsville next week. Make sure you tune in by 8:45 Eastern Standard Time so you don't miss out on any of the racing action. But until then, race fans, remember, stay sharp, stay fast, above all else, stay vigilante, and we'll see you next time. Good night.
This ain't your mama's racing stream.